all of you?
Nigeria and Algeria say hi as well. Hi, Bitoli. I'm around.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone else joining now. My name is Onur and I will be your host today. And today with me, I have guest speakers, Lily Yates from University of Liverpool International College and the Queen from Kaplan International College, London. And we have two special guests for today, our current students and are also student ambassadors, Florencia from University of Liverpool International College and Günet from Kaplan International College. Welcome to all of you guys. And before handing over to Andy to start with, I would like to remind you, we will be hosting a Q&A session in the end. So you can use Q&A box to type your questions. We will be going back through to your questions in the end. And I would like to remind the challengers of the Kaplan Quest, the session will be having a secret transfer to getting some points from the Kaplan Quest. So watch out for the clue and hand over to you, Andy. I'm starting.
Thanks, Onur. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning from a UK perspective. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Really nice to not exactly see you all, but to be with you all this morning. Happy New Year, if it's not too late to say that. Obviously, we're all hoping that 2021 is a better year, I guess, than 2020, although it's worth saying that actually from a college perspective and our students' perspective, 2020 was in fact a very successful year in terms of student outcomes, as you'll know from the information we've given you. So far this academic year, 2021, has been really interesting in terms of the teaching and the students we're getting. You'll be aware that back in the early summer, Kaplan took the decision to offer three possibilities for students. They could come to the UK for their program, they could start their program online in their own country and then come to the UK when they were ready and able to do so, or they could start online and complete their program online. And I think, time has shown that that was very much the right decision. The way we're doing it in all our colleges is we're running on-campus classes and online classes in parallel in exactly the same way across all our programs and all our subjects. Same teachers, same number of hours, same types of lessons, same programs going at the same speed with assessments of the same type. And one of the advantages of this is that it means that if a student's studying in their own country and then suddenly is able to come to the UK at short notice, they can do so and they can slot into a college class, a series of classes very easily and very quickly and very smoothly. And similarly, going the other way, if an individual student needs to go home or quarantine or whatever, they can switch to online. And in fact, the entire college can switch to online if necessary, which of course is what's happened since early January when the UK government decided to go into lockdown and all higher education establishments are teaching online. So, we're able to switch our UK students to online and support them online. Having said that, we're very much hoping that in a couple of weeks or so, we'll be back in college. We're optimistic about the way things are going in the UK at the moment. What I'd like to show you now is a short video showing what the college in London looked like a month or so ago, just before the shutdown, and therefore what it will look like in a couple of weeks when we're back in again. So this is one of our students, Alejandra, just a homemade video that we made on a rainy day in early December. So I'll show that to you now.
Maria Alejandra Musful. I am from Ecuador and I'm currently studying my foundation course here at Kaplan International College. The college is located in a very central place here in London. It is near the famous Borough Market and also next to the River Thames. Across from the river, you can find the city that is like the central city of London. But the college is still very in a very famous and touristic place because you have the Borough Market and you have many restaurants and it is actually very college friendly for students. I enjoy it very much. So now come with me to the college. Every time you come to the college, you have to get your mask on. It is mandatory. So let's go. When you come into the college, you need to put your mask on. And when you enter the building, you have to show your student ID every time you come into the college. If you don't show it, you will not come. So you will not be allowed to come. So you show it, and then you have to put sanitizer every time. You will get your student ID when you first enroll to your college. So you can come in if you come to London, of course. Here we have the section, it's Daniel. And if you have any question or something, he will help you. Here in front of me is the college services hub, where it's all the college service hub staff, so they can help you if you have any question or problems in class, or even about a class personally, and they will always help you. So now come with me to the fourth floor of the college. Has 5 floors. Now we are on the 4th floor and we have a nice view of the River Thames and this famous boat that is a monument here in London. It's called like Golden Gate. Here at the 4th floor is actually a very quiet and calm place. I have actually classes here every Thursday and it is always calm and you have places to study. As you can see, we have 3 big tables and a small one. Always social distance, and you can come here and have Zoom classes or meetings or self-study, do your homework, and it's always calm, so you don't have to worry about noise and anything about that. Because I think everyone is respectful of each other's time and class or work that you are doing. So if you come, if you come with me, you can see all the classes and have this beautiful view. London, you have places to sit if you want to take a rest, because taking up the stairs to the 4th floor can be a little bit tiring, but still all of it with social distance and with protection and for ourselves and for others. So now we're in the classroom. As you can see, all of the tables have 2 or 3 maximum students per table, and we have these protective screens, and also the teachers. What I love about Kaplan International College is that the teachers have his own like desk here, and he will walk around the classroom if you have any questions or something. But always with social distance, and he will never come to you because it is actually very not safe. I actually feel very safe. Also, the mask is mandatory, and when you come to class, you can also sanitize your hands here. And what I like about the system and all of it is that everything is sanitized, everything is organized, everything is social distance, and you don't feel overwhelmed or stressed or worried about anything. Kaplan International College supports me every time I have questions or a doubt about anything about my classes or about my life living in London. You actually receive emails every day about different clubs that you can join, or worries or questions about mental health also is actually very important, or any questions you have about your modules or classes. If you have any complaints to teachers, you also can talk. If you're not comfortable talking to a teacher, you can talk to staff, or you actually also can talk to a student voice member. I actually myself, I am a student voice member, so you can come to me and talk to me if you have any doubt or anything about this club. What I love about studying here in Kaplan is that I have the opportunity to meet people from different cultures. That's why I chose to come to London. Actually, London is I think it's it was rated #1 of the best CDs in the whole world, and I actually very agree on that because you can meet people from from different countries and different cities and different cultures. The classes, the modules also are very interesting. I like how here that you interact with your classmates. It's not like a lecture. It's like the whole class comes together and you can hear everyone's opinions. So I think that's very important because all of us have different perspectives in other things. Yeah.
So that's KIC London. Similar system to all our other colleges in terms of COVID precautions, but I'll pass you now over to Lily.
Great, thanks Andy, and welcome and greetings from our beautiful brand new building here in Liverpool, which is right on the edge of the University of Liverpool campus, so students really do feel part of the university during their time with us here. And I'm really hoping that some of you will be able to come and visit us when times are different and you can see this wonderful building. So I just want to talk a little bit about the support that we're offering our students wherever they're studying with us, whether it's on campus, whether it's in their own country, whether it's now digitally in the UK. And as Andy said, we've got a bit of a track record with this. Last year, despite everything, our students have achieved so much, and we're really proud of them, and everyone should be really proud of them. 93% across all the Kaplan International Pathways colleges, 93% of students passed the Kaplan Award, and 91% of all students who started their program reached the grade for progression to their university, their chosen university and host university, which is an outstanding achievement for students, despite all the challenges that they were facing. So we have learned an awful lot about how to support our students, how to teach our students, how to support our students wherever they are. As Onar said, an example there, this is one of your Kaplan Quest answers here. Last year, over 1,000 students from KIC London progressed to the partner university, their chosen partner university, which again is an outstanding feat. So I just want to talk just a little bit, thank you, Ona, a little bit about the stages of the students' journey in which we support them with. We have an awful lot of pre-arrival engagement with students and support, helping them get set up on platforms that they'll need in order to access learning. We have a fully digital and a fully on-campus welcome program, which students can use wherever they are, and it's the same information. Obviously, digital learning is a massive part of what we do now. And as Andy said, we've learned so much about how we support students to transition from digital to on-campus and back again. And we've set up all our classes, all our assessments to be able to deal with that and to give the students a sort of seamless experience. We do an awful lot of support with transitioning to on-campus, as we did in September, and as students arrive, and we will do again once this lockdown is lifted. We have college services online or hub online throughout the day, so that a student can, wherever they are, can have face-to-face access to somebody through Zoom. Every student, as they always have done, has a learning advisor. This year, that learning advisor really does make sure that the students' progress is being tracked and monitored, and feedback given to the students, but also to you as agents, as parents, as other stakeholders around the student. So the support that we offer the students, we have learned so much in the past year, and we're continually improving it. And it has enabled us to flex with the situation that's going on in the UK. So that's me saying the support that we offer. Let's have a little chat with Florencia now. So Florencia, would you like to tell us a little bit about where you're from and what it was like for you when you first arrived in the UK?
Okay, so I'm from Ecuador. When I first arrived to the UK, I found everyone very kind and friendly. That helped me also with my with the change of being alone in here and with my family in my country. Also, they offer support with all questions, every kind of questions I had. And I think the most important one was emotional support. I was always in contact with the college. They answered my emails and my team messages, and that was really important. Yeah.
Great. And you also were studying on campus in the building here. And as we've seen in the video, the same setup is here in the building too, to ensure that students are safe and have the safe distances and all the other measures that are in place. That we've worked very closely with the University of Liverpool as well to make sure that we provide the same kind of levels of safety. Tell us a bit about what it's like studying within that kind of socially distanced and safer environment for COVID.
Okay, so first of all, it was really nice to see people. So it's starting for that it's something that I should point out. I have to point out also that the safety measures are all there, yeah, as masks, hand sanitizer, social distancing, the screens on the classes. So yes, I think they're perfectly done, and sometimes it's hard for us to follow the social distancing, but we figure it out. I mean, it's not a problem. And I also found that there was a lot of activities for us to be busy. I participated in a National Geographic collaboration, videography and photography competition, and it was a really nice experience. And all the time the college is sending things that we can participate on and ways to meet people. It might be now online, but maybe we can meet later. So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities.
Great. And you're here in our building right next door, aren't you, in the Kaplan Living Liverpool? That's your accommodation. So tell us a bit about the support that they've been offering you from when you arrived.
Okay, so I've just finished my self-isolation now from when I went back for the holidays. So I also received emotional support, but not only that, things like bringing my groceries here so I can I don't be in contact with some students around the building that are not self-isolating, which is important. Or Amazon, they bring them here. And they use masks. They are always with the safety measures. They respond emails and messages really quick, and that's important. If I need something, I contact them and I just ask them the question, and they will respond. And also I found something really important. They're always up to date, and they keep us aware about the information we have to know about the city and Liverpool and what's happening with the lockdown or the tires, you know. So I think that was really important. And we also have activities in the building. We might not be able again to share with friends, but we have, for example, last night was waffles night, so we can go to the reception, take our waffles and come. That's really enjoyable. So I think it's really a good opportunity to be here. Also, I've met 3 friends for now. I have an Angola friend, an Omar friend, and also a Chinese friend. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Florencia. I look forward to seeing you in the building properly as soon as we possibly can. Back to you, Andy.
Sorry. Gunit, you're in a different situation. You enrolled online and have done all your program online until now. Tell us about your experience of being an online student with Kaplan.
Definitely. I started online. I'm in Singapore now. So I started my course online. It's actually very good. It feels like you're in a real-time class. The interaction between the teachers, the interaction between the student staff, and the councils are very good. It's one-to-one interaction. If any queries of anything, you can just drop an email. There's constant updates, as well as for all of our online students, we have a VLE, which is a virtual learning guide, so in which you can check your deadlines, you can check your text, you can check all the kinds of upcoming exams. So it's a very one-to-one and a very handy software, as well as the performance, as well as the support is incredible. I've met a lot of new friends online. Then the exams also has gone well. So it's a very inclusive and it's a very good journey all over.
Great, it's good to hear. Okay, thanks, Gunit. I'm sure some of our panelists might have questions for you or for Florencia or any others. Honor, do we want to offer our participants the chance to ask questions?
Yes, Andy, if anyone has more questions to Andy, Lily, or our students for Nancy and Gunit, you can type into the chat box or Q&A box. So we are happy to answer your questions.
While we're waiting for those, I thought I would just highlight something that Lily said about the proportion of our students who passed their program last year. And remembering this is something like 5,000 students across the colleges. That's not, when we say 93% of our students passed the program, that's not 93% of the students who finished. That's 93% of the ones who started. So 93% of every single student who walked into a Kaplan Pathway building passed their program, and that includes the ones who had to go home for different reasons, family reasons. Incredibly, despite the circumstances last year, the proportion of students who withdrew from the college, who left their program, was actually lower than the previous year. So despite all the circumstances, the vast majority of our students stayed with the program, stayed focused, and completed their program. And
I have one question, actually, both of you. I'm kind of a bit curious about it because this is the hot topic of the world at the moment. You know that everywhere around the world there's a huge vaccination process going on, and everybody is kind of speeding up the processes of the vaccination. Will the students in the UK will be able to get the vaccination?
Lily?
Yes, they will be. Yes. So any student that is here, any international student that's here in the UK will be able to get the vaccination at the time that that cohort is offered the vaccination, like anybody else in the UK.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Lily. And we have another question from our attendees. Andy, this question is related to you. For KIC London, will students get a chance to visit the intended progression university campus, especially those located in London?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, depending on the situation with lockdown, so last year, all our students, not only the ones in London going to City or Westminster or Queen Mary this year, but also those going to Birmingham, York, Aston, Bristol, they had the opportunity to go to the university, to look around, to meet people from the university on sort of dedicated familiarization visits. We did a similar thing in the autumn for this cohort of students, although obviously it was online, so it was more online visits, virtual tours, this sort of thing. But yeah, under normal circumstances, there's a lot of opportunities for students to meet people, have sessions from, and also staff from the university came to the college to speak to our students as well.
Thank you, Andy. I think that my question is basically regarding the vaccine was very interested with our agents as well. Dalida from Global Study UK is also asking, I just wanted to ask international students coming from Lebanon will have to get the vaccine before coming for next entry, September 2021. And if it's the case, will they have the option to study online? So basically it is more like if they are studying online, will they be able to get the vaccination?
If they're studying online, will they be able to get the vaccination? No, it's students in the UK will be eligible for the UK vaccination, if you know what I mean. I think the question is that will they need to have the vaccination? We don't know that yet, because that will be a decision made by the government, the UK government. Obviously, at the moment, the travel corridors are changing, and they have to people have to show a negative test. We don't know the answer to that for September 21 yet. And if it is the case, will they be able to study online? I'm sure we will be able to support any student wherever they are in the world with studying, whether it's online or coming to the UK.
Thank you, Lily. And I have another question to both of you as well before we closing up the Q&A session. Especially for the students who are studying online, like Günet is basically studying online is a new experience for many students, and they need kind of a lot of questions to be asked and replied. Can the students contact with their teachers outside of the classroom, or how is it going on? Can you give a bit information about this process to our attendees?
It's a very clear connection between the students and the teachers. The students have given us email IDs, as well as on the VLE, which is the education portal. There's a lot of there's a lot of blogs, there's a lot of Q&As you can fill there, as well as there's a very personal interaction between the students and the teachers via emails as well.
Thank you, Gunet.
I mean, as I said, there's the hub online or the college services online, which is available all the time for any students to have access to if they're having problems with logging on to things. And yes, tutors are available outside the class times to support, and also the learning advisor. Every student has a learning advisor. So there's lots of opportunities to get in touch with somebody throughout the day.
Thank you, Lily. And I think this is it. And if anyone have any more questions, you can pop out your questions to our event page, and we will be replying those questions as well. And thank you very much for all of you, Andy, Lily, Florencia, Gunet. Thank you very much.
Just before we go, it's worth mentioning there's a session, isn't there, an informal session. Lily, remind me of the details where people can drop in and speak to us again.
Yes, so it's a coffee and chat where Andy and I will be available with other people as well at 12 o'clock today. That'll be on the schedule, so you can book yourself in for that.
Yes, and also after us, there will be 2 more interesting sessions are coming up as well. You can discover the robotics studies with the University of West of England, Bristol, or you can experience the online science teaching with the University of Adelaide as well. There will be another explore sessions for our US partner universities as well in the afternoon. So please check your schedules, and we are welcoming you. Thank you very much, and have a nice conference to everyone else.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.